I think this place is even bigger.
You think so?
I think so.
But do you like this place or do you like the other place?
Oh, that's tough. Hey everyone.
Hey everybody.
We're traveling teachers. You have a lot of energy. We woke up at 6 this morning.
I've had 2 coffees.
Yes. Alright, so we wanted to talk to you a little bit about finding an apartment in China and more specifically in Kunming. So we made a video a couple years ago about how to find an apartment in Beijing, and now we wanted to show you a bit of a more updated video on finding an apartment in Kunming, but it's generally the same for all over China because what we did in Beijing is the same as what we did here. The prices are very different. One of the apps that I used to find an apartment are called Lianjia, and we'll put that in the description, and 58 something.
.com.
Yeah, so I used those 2 apps to find our apartment. So some things that you should know about finding an apartment in China. You look for an apartment once you're ready to move in. And you pay, usually the realtor costs 1 month's rent. And the deposit is usually also 1 month's rent. Down in Kunming, you pay for 6 months rent at a time, sometimes a year. I mean, that's what they would prefer, but we paid 6 months. I think in Beijing we paid 3 months at a time, but Beijing was a lot more expensive. Our last house in Beijing was 11,000 kuai a month, or $1,500 US, which was, most of it was paid for our school. The same is true in Kunming, but the prices are very different.
You got the DD?
Yeah.
Awesome. Feels nice and cool. Good morning, everybody. Ashley and I are on our way to look at some apartments, right, Ashley?
Yay.
First day in our new city, first day in Kunming. Do you think we're gonna find anything good?
Yeah, I'm confident. I mean, so I've looked at a lot online, and I'll show you some of the apps that I've used. So I used some of the apps, and then I contacted the realtor, so I have an communication with them on WeChat. And so we're on, right now we're gonna go look at apartments closer to the beach. And then maybe we'll look at some further away, but I feel like this area is better for families anyway. So I'm confident we'll find something today, but we'll see. Okay. We have some appliances, but not all of them, and we have some furniture.
The place that we were looking for, we wanted a little bit bigger place for our growing family. The place in Beijing was about 90 to 100 square meters, and so we were just looking for a bit bigger apartment. Preferably a 4-bedroom, but we would be fine with 3-bedroom as well. As Ashley said, our apartment in Beijing was 11,000 renminbi, and so our allotted money from our work for this apartment was 4,500 renminbi, which is quite a bit less, of course.
So, what, $600 US.
About 600, yeah.
So we were kind of shocked when we found that out. We're like, ooh, is that enough to live on?
The cost of the first place I was really happy about because it was 2,000 renminbi per month, so it came in way under budget. Apartment number 1 is 127 meters square. It had 2 bathrooms and it cost 2,000 renminbi per month.
Yes, and it was 3 bedrooms. My grandma's sleeping. Alright, so some of the pros for this place. We loved that it was newly renovated. There's nice wallpaper. Some of the pros for apartment number 1, the biggest one that we saw was that it was very nice and modern looking inside. Another pro was that it was 2,000 kwai, which is about $285 US, which is just crazy to me. And another pro for us, I wish we had filmed it, but there was a really nice little kids room. It had a switch that was the perfect height for a child, and I'm not sure if we've talked about this before, but Graham and I are very interested in Montessori style learning. We're both going to be IB teachers, which is all about letting kids explore the world and learn on their own. So this room was very exciting for us. However, some of the cons.
I'm the con man?
Yep.
Some of the cons with that place was that it was quite small. It was just a little bit bigger than our place in Beijing, and of course we wanted quite a bit bigger place because Emily's young now, but she's going to be growing pretty soon and crawling and walking around, so we need more space for her. It was also quite noisy because it was close to the street.
Yeah, there was an elementary school right across the road. You could hear all the exercise chants that they were doing. I mean, mostly we'll be at work, but we have to be aware of the noise.
Yeah, also we found out later on that the landlord said that there were no dogs that were allowed, I guess no pets. And so we were interested in the place, but you know, the no dogs part.
That's the biggest con.
Yeah, so we're not there right now.
Or are we? Alright, so I'm excited about this. I guess because it's right in the window, but you can open it up there. I was wondering how you hang up laundry up there, but there's this little lever thing. And it comes down. Pretty nifty. Cool. Alright, so the kitchen is nice and new. We like this place, but we're gonna go look at some more. I feel like this is House Hunters YouTube edition. We'll tell you what we really think.
Yeah, I mean, this has a little bit of storage space in here.
Yeah, the counters are new and won't stain. This seems to be popular in China, like the metal countertops.
Look at this, even below.
What is this? That's for cans, maybe? What do you put in here?
Look at this one.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, but I mean, underneath there's a lot of space.
Yep.
So, on to the next place.
Yep, let's go.
Okay, this is a good start.
I don't know if I mentioned this, but one of the things that interested me, or that was interesting to me about apartment hunting in China is that you look for an apartment pretty much when you're ready to move in. So all the apartments that we're looking at today are vacated. So we could theoretically move in tomorrow if we wanted to. But yeah, so that's why we're staying in a hotel for 5 days, and then we'll see if we want to stay in the hotel after that or if we're ready to move in. So apartment number 2 was 148 square meters. It was 4-bedroom and 2-bath, which is more of what we were looking for. The cost was $2,500 kwai.
$350 US?
Yeah, $350 US. Some of the pros. Some of the pros. Some of the prawns.
Some of the prawns. First of all, it was quite a spacious place, and there weren't very many neighbors. The back part, there was like an open field, which I kind of liked. I don't like having to look out the window, like the kitchen window, and stare right into my neighbor's apartment. So I was quite happy about how spacious it was. The second apartment had 4 bedrooms. It was quite a bit more spacious, and it was exactly what we were looking for.
Some of the cons for this place, one of the things that we noticed was that there were no curtains in the bathroom. So we would have to put up our own covering, because there was a building right across the way and you could see kind of into their bathrooms as well, that was kind of an awkward layout. Although there were 4 rooms, they all felt kind of small.
Yeah, they were quite small.
The final con was that it was really close to our school, which would be a pro. However, because of the layout, we'd have to go, you could almost look at the school that we were working at, but you would have to go all the way around and down to the street level and then go to the school. So it was kind of
awkward.
Not the most convenient location for us.
Okay, so this place is 4 bedrooms, but we decided we don't really like it that much because it doesn't come with any appliances, which is normal. No appliances or furniture, so you'd have to buy the stove, fridge, washing machine, and storage space because the rooms don't come with closets. I mean, it's nice, but I don't love it enough to want to buy all those appliances. So yeah, on to the next place.
She's fine.
Because she started screaming as soon as I set her down. She needs to be held right now.
Yeah, obviously.
Like Miss Princess.
Yep.
Place number 3 was also 148 square meters with 4 bedrooms and 2 baths. Very similar layout to the last apartment that we had looked at. I don't know the price because we did
Never
not
asked.
like it very much. Yeah, we didn't ask because we weren't interested. We figured there's no point in asking because we didn't want to waste the realtor's time too much. The only pro about apartment number 3 was that we liked the balconies.
There's a little bit of furniture, but it was really not very nice looking furniture, and the pink couch was quite small, and I think in the video I said it was disgusting. It was more or less, like, it felt like leftover furniture from the landlord, and so, I mean, of course we could get our own furniture, but at the same time, just didn't really sit well with us.
No appliances in this apartment, so no washer, no fridge, nothing. So we would have to furnish it ourselves. And so for it to go from having nothing, we didn't really felt inspired to buy furniture for this place. So we were just like, no, next.
Yeah. What I found striking was that there was no mirror in the bathroom as well, which was quite odd. I think if anywhere there'd be a mirror, it'd be the bathroom. Same as apartment number 2, there were no curtains in the bathroom as well. So you'd be staring directly at your neighbor and they would be staring at you. So we like our privacy.
Yep.
Place number 4 also had 148 square meters and had 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. So the amount of space, it was adequate for what we were looking for. And some of the pros?
Yeah, no, it was in a nice, quiet area. Not a lot of neighbors around at this place either. Again, a similar layout to the former 2 apartments.
It did come with some furniture as well, like it came partially furnished.
Yeah, I had that big dining table, the Chinese style circle dining table.
Yeah, so for all our big Chinese family, when they come over for dinner, we could all sit around and enjoy each other's company. And it did have the Hello Kitty curtains.
I did like the Hello Kitty curtains.
I thought that was going to be a major selling point for Ashley.
Yeah, it's gonna be my room.
Some of the cons. First of all, I'll just say it, squatty potty.
Yeah, some of the apartments here had squatty potties. And they were supposed to be very good for, some of your bathroom business, but we're not really down with that. We just want normal Western style toilets. That was a con for us.
Yep.
A lot of the doors were sliding glass doors, which some people like. I prefer regular doors.
Western doors.
Yeah.
You and your Western sensibilities. You said it looked a little run down.
Yeah, it wasn't recently renovated. It looked like it needed more paint and some updated things in the house. So we weren't really too interested in this place, hence the reason we don't know the cost.
Because we didn't ask.
Nope.
Once again.
So we went back to the hotel for a little bit so Graham could teach his class. And then I went back on the app that I was using. In China they call it APP. Yeah. And now I found an apartment I liked. I messaged a dude and then he was ready right away to show it to us. So that's what we're doing now. We think we like this complex more. It's closer to a mall, which is nice. Careful of the baby. But we'll see.
First place that we looked at near the mall, it was 140 square meters, right? 140 square meters, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 3,000 kwai per month, $450.
So one of the pros for this place was that it was also newly renovated, like the apartments that we saw first thing in the morning. So a lot of new things in the house, which we like. Another pro was that there was an amazing view. It was high up and you can see a lot of the mountains and a lot of things that make Yunnan very beautiful. And then another pro, it has the right amount of furniture. So this place came with a dining table, a couch, coffee table, and some beds. You can see that in the video. So the furniture that you see in the video is what came with the apartment already.
Some of the cons, there were no appliances other than the washing machine. And so we would have to buy all of our appliances like the fridge and whatnot.
Yeah, no stove.
No stove. Oh yeah, there was no stove. That's also, it was really high up, and that's a pro, but it's also a con, because with our last place in Beijing and for the last few places we've been on the ground floor, and so we've never had to deal with an elevator, but having to go like up and down many flights, it takes a lot of your day. There's only 3 bedrooms, and so we were hoping for 4 bedrooms, and also the kitchen is rather small. We like to cook, so we prefer a more spacious kitchen.
The final apartment that we saw for the day was 160 square meters, which is the biggest apartment that we saw. It was 4 bedrooms and 2 baths, and it was 4,000 kwai, which is about almost $600 US. So some of the pros to this place are that it was very big, at least for us. It looked pretty much like a house. It had that nice big kitchen area. We really liked that it reminded us of a Western style kitchen. As we previously mentioned, Graham and I enjoy cooking, and we enjoy cooking together. And so a nice big kitchen is a big pro for us. Mm-hmm. We also liked that it had 4 bedrooms, lots of room for us to spread out. The final pro for us was that it came fully furnished. The landlord used to live in that apartment, but they moved away. So all the appliances, everything that you would need was right there in that apartment.
I think that's also a con as well, because there was a lot of furniture, and we didn't necessarily need all of that furniture as well. So I don't think there's any place for that furniture to go. I don't think the landlord would take the furniture back or place it in storage or anything, so that was definitely a con.
Yeah, it came with really cute bunk bed, which would be good if we had 2 older children. But what are we gonna do with a bunk bed? We don't need that for several years from now.
Yeah, and also it was, I think, on the 4th floor. There were a ton of kids outside as well, and families, which is fine, but you know, being so close to the ground floor and with the windows open, it was quite loud, and so our assumption is that that's probably like a normal occurrence.
Yeah, a lot of neighbors were outside playing and it was very loud, at least at the time of day that we were there.
Yeah, also there were many stairs in front of the apartment. There were like 2 sets of stairs going up, and so if Rhonda comes to visit us, of course, that many stairs is not.
Yeah, it was also, tricky for us because we're obviously using the stroller more often. And right now it's fine because Emily is little, but if she gets older, when Emily gets older, I'm on like 3 hours of sleep right now. When she gets older,
yeah.
we'll have to carry her down the stairs, and it'll be awkward. So another con, the final con, was that it was more expensive. Obviously, it was the biggest place with the most amount of furnishing. So 4,000 kwai. That was very close to our budget, which is fine. But considering that we have to pay 6 months at a time, that would have been a lot more stressful for us trying to figure that out. We got our bonus from our last job, so it was feasible for us. But yeah, it was a little bit more than we wanted to pay.
Everyone, thanks for watching. If you like this video, obviously you know what to do. Do whatever you want.
Subscribe, like it,
hit the bell. Ding the
Oh
bell.
yeah, hit the bell. Follow us on Instagram. I don't really post that much.
On all of our social...
Instagram and Facebook. I'll try and be better about posting on Instagram. Hopefully you found this video helpful, or at least interesting. I love watching House Hunters International, or just House Hunters in general. I like seeing how other people live and what apartments look like in different countries. So hopefully you found this interesting.
Alright, bye everybody.
Bye. Should we be that negative? Well, that's okay.
Yep, we should.